It is getting more organic. I think it's not much further.
Only a matter of time before we catch up.
Welcome to the final level, which, you know, it's pretty okay. It's pretty okay. The biggest thing this level has going for it is the spectacle. The level theme isn't quite as consistent, and as such the variety isn't as satisfying, but a lot of the stuff in this level just plain looks good, and there are a couple of interesting dialogue exchanges. The game design, on the other hand, is the same as ever. With our upgraded shotgun, it is incredibly easy to take out everything. And at this point, you've destroyed so many green pods and taken down so many root doors, you might be a little tired of seeing them. This is the point at which fatigue started to set in for me, but I did know this was the final level, which alleviated I knew there were going to be rolling heads. As I was saying, this is the point at which fatigue started to settle in a bit, but the dialogue exchanges kept me entertained, and the level does look very nice. A part of me does wish the level was shorter, though, which is saying something because the level's only around 10 minutes long. And the levels in this game can get pretty long, so that's not long at all.
Welcome to my treatment, kitties.
If you remember that floating platform in lava that was basically a shooting gallery where we had to destroy green pods, well, this is that again. Slightly more difficult this time. To the game's credit, I actually did goof up here and die once, but... I mean, what you see is what you get, right? Sadly, none of the platforming in this level is up to the standard of the previous one. It's not like the platforming is bad or anything, the platforming was never bad, but after the platforming in the last level, there's a bit to be desired here. This level does include more wall jumping, but as I said, the way the wall jumping is implemented, it makes it very difficult to explore. It makes it very difficult to turn the wall jumping into anything. These platforms crumble when we step on them, but they crumble so slowly that they're not really a threat. I suppose crumble isn't the right word, they recede instead of crumble, which explains how they come back, and it also gives you more time to react than if they were to crumble. But it's not as though you were going to fall anyway, so don't kid yourself. This next room becomes an arena shooter again, but this time there's only 5 enemies to kill, and they're all these little tree enemies, which I don't know what they do. I'm honestly not even sure what these little tree enemies do. They die in one hit of our shotgun, and I've never let them live long enough to see what kind of threat they could be. This room oddly returns to the mythology theme of the previous level, which I guess we are still kind of in hell right now, you know? I'm not actually sure where we are, come to think of it. At the end of the last cutscene, Fury flew through a hole in the ceiling, but we didn't follow her up through the hole, and we seem to be in some kind of place of... Let's just not think about it too much. It's the final level, and it looks pretty, and we're almost at the end of the game. We only got, like, 10 more minutes. This upcoming area is the one where all the platforming is kept, and it's where the wall-jumping platforming is kept as a result. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I already discussed how the wall-jumping is implemented in such a way that there's no real way to explore it in the game design. It's about as simple as wall jumping can possibly get. If you do it properly. Not a lot to talk about, really. Still looks nice, though. I'm going to keep pointing that out, because that's the thing this level has going for it, is that it looks really nice. After we climb this wall, we'll be confronted with one more variation of the spider enemies we've seen so much, and I'm actually going to ignore them and keep wall jumping. Because they're not a threat. They will actually follow us up these walls in an attempt to chase us down, and they chase us for quite a long period of time. Which I guess is admirable of them, but they're not a threat. You know, I said that the game does a good job of discouraging you of running past enemies, and I still think that's true sometimes, but maybe I was wrong about it discouraging you most of the time. Because this is a clear situation, as well as many others I've already demonstrated, where the enemies do not pose enough of a threat to stop you. So maybe it's more 50-50. There were also at least a couple of times in the last level where I ran past a bunch of enemies, and I'm sure it happened before then too, like in World of Waffles.
This place isn't very friendly for a home.
I don't think she's going for friendly.
The Vanishing Mega Man platforms are back, and I can't honestly say whether I think they're more difficult this time than the last time. I really can't tell. Are they more difficult? Do they look more difficult to you? Because I couldn't feel a difference while playing. So I'm not sure. There's also the saw blades from the sawmill, but this time worse. Everything here feels like it's kind of a mishmash from stuff from previous levels, which I guess that's how final levels work, but kind of stops it from having a strong identity of its own. Again, though, it does look pretty. It occurs to me that I completely ignore the checkpoint, the checkpoint font when it appears on screen. Because I die so rarely in Death Jr., it never occurs to me that I should be looking out for new checkpoints and be like, oh hey, this checkpoint's more generous than the last one, or man, these checkpoints aren't generous at all. I guess it's just too easy to worry about that kind of thing. You know, maybe this is the level where I should have worried about running out of stuff to say. The last level was nice. This level's not bad by any means. The final level shouldn't be the place where I run out of things to say, though. It's the final level. It's supposed to get me all hyped and pumped and shit. I mean, the writing still gets better from here. The final confrontation, written really well, and I don't want to spoil it because it's really nice and good, but God, I don't have any fucking thing to say about the game design or environmental design in this level. It's just a weird mash of stuff we've seen before in ways that doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, we're in a big tree right now, so that's kind of cool, but why is there lava and stuff? Oh hey, the fungi enemies. We haven't seen these guys since the very first level, and they're dead. So in case you were wondering, what is the most physically possible insulting place to put Biocide, the answer is inside of Fury's tree. Inside of Fury's big-ass tree is the most insulting place you could possibly put Biocide. It's a good thing they wouldn't do anything like that, right? That would just be ridiculous, especially since there's no reason to do it, since it only functions as a keycard and here's some Biocide. Adding literally nothing to the game design and reminding me of the levels that I hate most. You know, if this reminds me of something. If Backbone Entertainment's games were generally this level of quality, I feel like they would have a much better reputation as a developer. It's not like this game is blow you away amazing or anything, but it's a good effort, and there's a lot of creative stuff in here. But if you go and look at their catalog of other games, it's kind of depressing. Not that I don't enjoy Sonic Rivals, but frankly, it's a little odd that Konami published so many of their games. Like, their games weren't incredibly high quality, and it could damage Konami's brand to have the first Death Jr. title attached to it. As well as shit like, fuck, what game was I thinking of? As well as shit like Zombie Apocalypse Never Die Alone. Having that associated with Konami's brand could significantly hurt it. It's not like the most awful game ever made or anything, but it's not the kind of thing Konami should probably associate themselves with. Not that they're too worried about their public image right now, apparently, but I mean, it looks like you're taking over the world pretty handily, but that's just because we haven't reached you yet. Like, I'm pretty sure if we ever caught up with you at any point, we could destroy you quite easily. Just, I'm basing this around the general difficulty level of the bosses we've fought so far. I get the feeling that you're not going to be a difficult boss battle, so the only reason you've succeeded this far is because it's taken us so damn long to actually find you. Across this zipline is another big circular arena where we can completely ignore all the enemies, and again, I'm starting to doubt what I said previously about the game discouraging you running past enemies most of the time. Maybe half of the time. But it was really easy to move past the enemies right there. So is this level gonna, like, end sometime soon, or I feel like we've been climbing this tree a while. It actually hasn't been a while, has it? It's been like 2 minutes, maybe? But I feel like we've been climbing this tree for a little bit now. And I don't want to fight any more enemies. I want to fight the final boss, so that way you can see the cute writing. and you can feel good about it because the writing is worth it. You know, the final boss confrontation has really good writing, and I want you to see it. But is this level over yet? Because I want to get there, and it's taken a while. I'm not a great person to watch movies with, because as much as I like talking about films and dissecting stories and stuff, I get bored really easily if something entertaining is not happening. I mean, it doesn't need to be flashy or explodey or anything, but if there's a scene where nothing happens or the characters don't progress in any way, or there's just, you guys should watch Gundam Thunderbolt. You know, it's a Gundam Thunderbolt December Sky. Only takes about an hour of your time.
The more you breathe, the more powerful I become.
No, I'm just saying, Gundam Thunderbolt December Sky is only like an hour long, and it's really fucking good, and you should go watch it, because it avoids a lot of the tropes in writing that are really common and terrible, and it has a lot of the good tropes that are really interesting to watch, and it's really good, and you should watch it.
Your dad couldn't stop me. How can you hope to?
And that big-ass cocoon has to be it.
Let's go.
Bitch, my dad didn't have guns, and I have fucking guns. Let's go. You want to see if you're a match for my guns? Because I bet the hell you aren't.
I think it's time we finished this.
I just wanted to be all powerful. Is that so much to ask? For people to fear me? But no, I was voted head cheerleader, labeled most likely to teach kindergarten. My mother even forced me to volunteer at the hospital, helping dress old people.
But why? Why did you click through that pop-up?
I was no good at being bad. All my life, I tried so hard to do things wrong. And it all went right, no matter how much I tried to be evil.
Like growing a giant tree?
Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up! What would you know about it? Trouble comes so easily for you, both of you. You don't even have to try. Heck, you should be helping me. Everything you touch goes wrong if you and I combine our... Ugh! What's that smell?
We'll cut you down to size.
You must work on your bent, Skullface. Behold the girth of my vileness!
You know, somewhere, some writing professor is really proud of whoever wrote this villain motivation. Really, really proud of it. And I am too. It's real good shit. That dialogue is so good. I mean, you go through the whole game and you're like, well, Fury obviously wants to be evil just for the sake of being evil, and you're not wrong. But the little twists they pull on it at the end, where she was a goody two-shoes completely by accident, in stark contrast to DJ and Pandora, who are always bad by accident, it's just so good. And in contrast, this boss fight sucks, but who cares? That writing is so good. It's really clever. Makes me feel good. I love that cutscene. I love the cutscene after it. I love the end of the game. It's real good. Thank you, Death Jr., Root of Evil. This is one of my favorite villain motivations. I'm not a big fan of the idea of villains in writing in general unless they have relatable motivations, but this is a good exception to that, I think. This is a pretty good exception. Anyway, how this boss works is that after you destroy all the... How this boss works is that after you destroy all the pods, you just use your guns to shoot Fury directly. And she takes damage so quickly and deals so little damage to you, and there are constant health and ammo refills, and it's really just a big old piece of cake. It's not suiting for a final boss battle at all, but at least the final dialogue confrontation was suiting for the rest of the game.
Infinite life. Why does it have to end this way?
You were trying to destroy the world?
But I never wanted to destroy the world. I mean, what good would that do? I just wanted a place in it. An evil place.
DJ, what have you been up to?
Dad, you're free! Nothing. I mean, it's not what it... it's all my fault. I released the villain, and she was draining the souls from all the people in town. Not to mention the whole sucking the river Styx dry as a bone. And then there was a huge tree fortress, and I really screwed up, Dad. I tried to fix it, but I really blew it.
We screwed up, sir. It was both of us. But I think we fixed it. Honest.
So I guess I'm pretty grounded, huh?
You got that right, kiddo. You're grounded for a month.
You can't ground him. He helped save the world.
Fine. 2 weeks. But don't tell your mother.
What's this?
Give it back! It's mine!
It's got my name on it. Now what is this all about? That is today. Backbone Entertainment presents...
Death Jr., Root of Evil.
Exactly, brother. Well said.
Published by Eidos.
Hey, pass me one of those hamsters.
No, that's not cool. We're not doing that again. That hurt a little.
Whatever. Not even talking about that. Been out here so long, getting kinda hungry.
No, you always say that, and then it's a trip to the hospital, and that's, that C4 is still strapped to that, and that would be uncomfortable, itchy.
What do you know, Four Eyes? Ah, this itch. Much better. Oh! Eat my placenta.
Well, I mean, it's a guppy, isn't it? I mean, it's a legitimate guppy. Well, it's got gills. Well, I can't do anything about that. I mean, I don't have any water on me.
Dude, you're 98% water.
That's stupid. That's stupid. I'm not blowing into a fish's mouth.
Why, I saw you looking at Stig Martha the other day and you were thinking about blowing.
Shut up! Just shut up! I'm not blowing into a dead guppy. Hey, Stigmata.
What? Are you really afraid of Stig? Seriously, just go up there. I'm going. I'm gonna go.
No, it's not really necessary. I mean, we played pushy on the swings, and I thought we had a moment there, but I mean, I have no idea. I don't want to. Please don't make me go.
Look at all these toys. And they don't have any place to go.
What? You? Oh, come now, please. This is completely inappropriate. Pull yourself. You're making me. I'm getting a little. You know, we share certain things, and it is kind of a little bit sad looking at all these. I know, man. I know, and it's not cool. But you gotta just think happy thoughts for the toys. You know, I think part of the problem is Seep needs a buddy, a little pally pal. You don't think about it because we're conjoined at the head. See, we always have a partner, but Seep, poor Seep.
Wait a minute there, Groin Dexter. Hey, who farted? Hey, where you going? Hey, Ugly. Who's your friend? Who's your daddy? Hey, push my button. Seep juice. It's what's for breakfast.